again on the exhibit floor, kind of checking out what we do to really bring all of this together. So more than just pumps and filters and water, there's also a lot of thought put into story and presenting actual, factual, good information. So today I am here with special guest, Salem. Salem is an American alligator, and we are going to go and explore Salem's new exhibit. So Salem, Casper, and Binks, who are the three American alligators here at Great Lakes Aquarium, are having their homes redone a little bit. We do a lot of our construction here in-house. So we're going to check out their new home that they will be coming up to visit pretty shortly here. The project's almost done. And then also talk a little bit about the education side of it. So, Salem, do you want to guide us over there? This way. All right. So, like I said, we do a lot of construction here in-house. So our staff is incredibly talented. They can do a lot of really great things. And a big piece of these construction projects is making sure that we're fitting the needs of the animal that's going to be living in there. So in this exhibit, what has been done, if you've been here before, you might have noticed there used to be a wall separating these two sides. Now it is all one exhibit. So we're opening up a lot of space, a lot more water space. So this is actually a project that's going to help us in the future for larger animals. So we're going to make sure that we have the proper fixtures in here, we have the proper depth for whatever animal is going to be coming in here, and also the proper land to water ratios. So we want to make sure that these habitats are exactly what these animals need. And then the next piece of that, which our staff does an amazing bit about, is making sure it also fits to that animal in its story. So all of these animals have some pretty amazing stories. If you think about it, here in northern Minnesota, we don't have American alligators. They can't live up here because it's too cold. But American alligators can be found in southern parts of the United States. So we have designed their exhibit to look like somewhere where they might have used to live. Now, this also doesn't look exactly like Florida or Texas or anywhere like that. Right, Salem? Salem agrees. Instead, there's a lot larger plants. So we still have kind of the wetland-like area that you might find in those southern areas of the United States, but we put our own twist on it and made it into an ancient tropical swamp. Because Minnesota, or the land we know as Minnesota, used to be an ancient tropical swamp, which is pretty neat. Millions of years ago, crocodilian species similar to what we know as of today of crocodiles and alligators, so some of their ancient cousins, used to live in the area that is now Minnesota. Which in my mind is pretty wild to think about. To imagine having these just walking around and not having the winters we do here in northern Minnesota. So their exhibit here is to tell that story. Because it's something that not everyone knows and not everyone can realize. So that's a piece where the education also ties in with these exhibits. So not only just the construction, but how we tell that story and how we present that story are huge ways that we can best showcase these ambassador animals. So focusing on the animal needs and the story that they tell. Both really, really important. Now we also have Salem here, not just because he's cute, but he is pretty small. So Salem, Binks, and Casper are about a year old, and they came to us in October, which is why they have kind of those spooky names. And they're still pretty small. But what's really cool, I'm gonna get all of his tail out here. You can see how long he is, stretching my entire forearm and up into my upper arm here. When they came here, we could fit all three of them in our hands. That's how much they've grown in just a couple months. And they'll continue to grow throughout their entire lives. So with these exhibits, we also want to make sure that we can accommodate for that growing. So as they keep growing, they're gonna need a bigger space. So our exhibits also are making sure to think about that. So as these animals grow and change, we want to make sure that we can adapt to the needs that they have. Isn't that right, Salem? Yeah. I don't know if you can hear it. I can kind of bring him closer. but he's kind of making a chirping noise. He might not do it now because I want him to do it. But that's fine. Animals here at Great Lakes Aquarium have choice. Well, maybe if he chirps later, we'll be able to catch the sound of it. But, oh, now you chirp. Now you, okay, I see how it is, Salem. I see. Yeah, so we're just up here checking out Salem's new digs. They look pretty sweet. I think Salem, I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like the extra space to swim around. It's gonna be cool. You and your friends. Cool, good answer. Alright, well, with that, thanks again for tuning in. Again, that education and construction piece are very important to telling the story, but also making sure that we're doing the best by these animals, along with everything else we talked about this week behind the scenes. There are going to be some changes to these videos, so since we are opening next week, next Thursday, so pumped. Aren't you pumped? I'm pumped. You can't tell, but if we could understand the emotions of these animals, I would assume that he's probably pumped just like me. But since we are opening, we're going to be knocking down how many videos we do each week. So instead, starting next week, we're going to have videos on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. With next Monday's kind of showing some new things that you can expect here at Great Lakes Aquarium when you come to visit. So there's a lot of different things going on, things like masks, tape on the floor, One Directions, things like that, and not the band. Sorry, they're not getting back together to come to Great Lakes Aquarium. Dang it. Sorry to get you excited there for a second. But instead, one directional flow of exploring the aquarium. So all of that will be explained in next Monday's video. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the support we've gotten from everyone, whether it's just watching these videos, liking, sharing, donating, getting things off our Amazon wish list. All the animals are benefiting from it, so we can do so much for them, even when our doors were closed and now when they're opening. Thanks again, and see you later, alligator.